Hey guys, it's Eric here and this is the Vivo Y51 unboxing and review. This is not to be mistaken for the previous Y51. This one has the December 2020 release date. When you open the box, you're greeted with an envelope that houses the SIM ejection tool and a warranty card. We have the device here. Let's go ahead and take out the sticker on the back. This is the crystal symphony color. It also comes in titanium sapphire, which is probably region specific. In the bottom compartment, we have an 18-watt fast charger brick, a USB Type-C cable, and a pair of earphones. We get a screen protector already applied, and the official box actually comes with a clear TPU case. Moving on the front, you have a 6.58-inch Full HD Plus IPS LCD display with 21:9 aspect ratio. On the top, it has a water drop notch that houses a 16-megapixel camera. On the back, you have a 48-megapixel triple camera setup with flash and some Vivo branding. On the left, you have nothing. What? On the right, you have your volume rocker and a power button which doubles up as your fingerprint sensor. On the top, you have a microphone and a 3-in-1 tray that houses two 4G LTE ready nano SIMs and an SD card. On the bottom, you have a speaker, a USB Type-C port, a microphone, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. The Vivo Y51 borrows some of its design language from the V20 with its triangular camera arrangement and the flash tucked away at the bottom, but here the bump is actually shaped like a phone. It appears to have a plastic back and a metal frame. This color is pretty to look at, but it's all too shiny and fingerprinty. The titanium sapphire color, which appears like matte dark blue, looks more premium to me. This is a pretty long phone and it has some heft to it. On the front, you get that old school notch that the V20 also sports. Bezels and chin are a little thicker though. It is also a Full HD Plus display, so YouTube videos are capped at 1080p expectedly. Colors look vibrant and it has nice contrast too. The long form factor does come in handy while using split screen. The Y51 comes in 128 gigs of storage and 8 gigs of RAM. You get 113 gigs of available storage. We're running on Android 11 with FunTouch OS version 11 slapped on top of it. Yes, the same one as the V20. Very clean, barely any bloatware, zero ads, much like stock Android. But there are some features on the V20 that are not on here. In terms of customization, the dynamic effects here only has the charging and facial recognition animation for the cool kids who like to switch things up. If you recall, there are a lot more of these on the V20, especially those ambient light options. Those are the coolest. You get screen colors here for adjusting your color modes. Been a while since I tinkered with these, just going to leave it at the default. You get a fully packed quick settings, multiple profiles, dark mode, screen record, etc. The small screen mode I really like because it's adjustable to any size and you can position it anywhere you want it. We have a couple of options for navigation. While I prefer using the traditional buttons on big phones because it's more comfortable and practical, some of you are more accustomed to gestures. The Y51 uses the Qualcomm Snapdragon 662 CPU clocked at 1.8 GHz. It's a really power efficient mid-range chipset that also handles apps really well. I tried to slow this one down by loading apps and split screen, but in the end I feel like I blinked and mid-range chipsets got better, or maybe it's the UI or something. It's just a testament to how good mid-range devices have gotten. All that's missing is better refresh rate for smoother scrolling and touch sampling for gaming. I quite like side fingerprint sensors now because the ones at the back now look old school. The fingerprint sensor is fast and accurate. The face unlock is super fast and unlocks in every type of lighting, even in pitch darkness. Also unlocks with your side view, which is pretty aggressive and not the most secure method of unlocking your phone. Here's how the speaker compares side by side the Oppo A9 III's. When it comes to gaming, as usual I played PUBG on balanced graphics and medium frame rates, the highest PUBG setting for this phone. It ran pretty smoothly, but that's to be expected for this setting. This is one of the few instances where I can tell I'm using a mid-range device because I'm getting killed too easily, and this is something I've noticed that happens on a lot of mid-range devices while playing PUBG. Good thing is that there are other more forgiving first-person shooter games like Call of Duty. Oh, and that annoying icon for restarting the game isn't here, thank goodness. The Y51 is powered by a hefty 5000 mAh battery. I put it through our usual battery test, about 3 hours of PUBG, 4 hours on Instagram, 2+ hours on Facebook, etc. all on Wi-Fi. This gave me 14 hours of screen on time with 16% left to spare. This is more than the average person needs in a full day. As you can see, it took me 2 days to get it depleted to this level, and that's because the standby time is so great. Also runs cool while gaming. I mean cool for something that is actually supposed to be power consuming. It supports fast charging and took me approximately 2 hours for a full charge. The Vivo Y51's camera is very feature rich. You get pretty much every feature you can think of tucked away somewhere in the interface. However, this is like an update or two away from the retail version and some features aren't functional yet. Let's see some photos. Selfie shot outdoors definitely makes the subject, aka myself, better looking, and I guess it's some type of reverse aging AI. Sadly, a lot of saturation is lost in all of that. It does, however, retain the details in my hair and clothes. Same story with portrait selfies, and the sense of depth blurs a bit of my ear, but still fair considering it's all software based. Using the primary lens, here we get rich skin tones, almost too rich, with balanced exposure level, definitely the sweet spot. The sense of depth is weirdly similar to what we get on the front. Let's introduce GCAM. The link to the version I use will be in my pinned comment. If you want to look younger and fresher, stick with the default camera. If you want to take a non-human subject or make people go, wow, what phone did you use on social media, GCAM is your jam. The difference in details is a lot. This is exactly the reason I always show you guys what GCAM can do on any phone that supports it. We get high dynamic range on the default camera, on the GCAM version not so much. I tried all the zoom levels, it's still looking quite sharp on 8x digital zoom, not bad at all. Let's go inside. Indoors, GCAM looks a lot more true to life and is very crispy, while the default camera is doing the whole young and better looking thing. Using the primary camera, both the default and GCAM struggle a bit in poor lighting. GCAM is looking more true to life, but it boils down to personal preference, and I prefer the skin tones on the default camera. Night sight is another area GCAM excels at. It's like night and day here, wouldn't you agree? With the primary camera, GCAM is brighter and more detailed. I mean, look at the details of that tree. It records videos in 1080p. So this is the front-facing camera of the Vivo Y51, and here's what the audio sounds like. The Vivo Y51 is not your average mid-range phone because the build quality is a little more premium. The camera has more features than the average user cares to try. It houses a huge battery that pushes through 2 days easily and a super light UI that still manages to pack a few customization options, all without trying to make some money back by serving ads. They also didn't leave much room for nitpicking in terms of storage, RAM, USB Type-C, and fast charging, but I will say that for the asking price, they could have fit an AMOLED display instead of that LCD panel. It is priced at 109,900 Naira, which converts to $240 US. So, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it. Also follow me on Twitter and Instagram to see what I'm up to. Do subscribe for more videos like this as it will mean a lot to me, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.